Hello, fellow wealth seekers. Now, let's be honest. Have you ever wondered why you struggle to get to the end of the month and thinking, I actually earn a decent salary. Where does it all go? Why do I feel broke? I used to feel like that as well. And let me tell you a couple of things that all your favorite American finance guru channels on YouTube won't tell you. Simply because in Europe, things are different. Your salary is just a number on the contract. The real wealth is determined by your zip code. Today, we're running an experiment in that regard. We're going to take €2,000 net salary per month, that's cash in hand, and we're gonna see how that compares based on cost of living standards across Europe. Why did I choose €2,000? Because for most young Europeans, that is a reality. Actually, it sounds about enough. But let us break down the big three expenses, housing, transportation, and food, according to the latest Numbeo and Eurostat data for 2024, and see how these three key cities compare. First up, Dublin. I love this city. Salaries are quite high, the tech scene is still very strong, but reality is that 2K a month will leave you struggling. That's simply because one room apartment, if you live by yourself, can easily cost up to €1,600 per month. It's basically to say that 80% of your budget is gone for a one-bedroom apartment outside the city center. You could share a room, but for this experiment, let's stick to independence in order to make things comparable down the line. So let's rack up 110 for average transportation and 250 for basic groceries. What does that leave you with? €40. Basically, one unexpected expense, a dentist appointment, and you're broke for the month. Now, the average rule for building wealth is to stick to a 20% savings rate net. That means that in order to build actual savings in Dublin, you would need at the very least 2.5k in your pocket each month. Now, compared to the average, this is a 23% increase. Is that realistic, or do we need to come up with a different strategy? Let's fly over to Berlin. Years ago, it was considered the cheap capital of Europe. I've personally lived here for 11 years, and I do consider it a bit more complicated than that. Yes, I've been able to build my wealth, but there are things that are still quite expensive compared to my mother country, which is Italy. For an average bedroom in a medium-centered neighborhood, you would be looking at 1,100 per month. Cheap groceries would rack up at around about 150 per month, and transportation is a fantastic advantage here because the Deutschland ticket gets you anywhere with only 50 a month. Now, doing the math, that is round about 500 to 600 that you can easily bring home each month. Is that enough? Well, you're not buying yourself a Porsche, but you are effectively saving at least 20%. If not a little bit more. Basically, Berlin gives you a breathing space, it gives you options. But let's fly one more time. And now we're gonna go to Lisbon, where I find myself right now at the moment. I must say it's a dream. You have sun, sea, digital nomads, it's fun, it is relatively cheap, coffee everywhere. Now, I've been trying to do the math, and rents have skyrocketed lately due to expats like us. So you would be looking at 900 to 1k just for accommodation. Nevertheless, every other basic monthly expense comes in very, very cheap compared to anywhere in Central or Northern Europe. So you will be looking at perhaps 200 each month, even eating out quite often. Transportation is negligible, you can get everywhere by bus. So you could easily be saving 700 to 800 each month. And here we're talking about real wealth, right? Everything becomes a little more human size, everything becomes a little more breathable, and you will be looking at up to 37% savings rate. Now, that is phenomenal. That is definitely ranking you above the European average and far above the American average. and you will be able to build solid wealth in only 5 to 7 years. And so, among a €1 espresso and a €3 wine glass, sitting under the sun, you are quietly building your wealth very effectively. Here's the key takeaway for today. We keep obsessing over a 5% raise at work, while actually location is leverage. So moving from Dublin to Lisbon, from London to Berlin is effectively a 30% after-tax increase. And that's what we should be obsessing over. I only accounted for strictly necessary expenses, so it is an oversimplification, does not account for any discretionary or specific investment strategies, pension plans. Now, I want to know about you. What is your survival number? Which city are you working from? Are you overall satisfied? Do you think it's appropriate for your living standards? I would love to build a map of data down in the comments. So like, subscribe, and I will see you at the next lab session. European Wealth Lab out.